It's Jessica from Yoga Next Door, here with your next yoga break, and I'm trying really hard to make a 15-minute short little yoga break for you guys for those days that you only have a few minutes to drop in and focus on the breath and move your body. So days like this for me, I start in cat-cow with my breath work. So grounding the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and inhale, lifting the tailbone, relaxing the belly, opening through the chest and the throat, cow pose. Exhale, tucking the tailbone, arching through the spine, puffing up through the shoulder blades, cat. So finding a couple more of these in time with your breath, really moving the spine all the way from tailbone to crown with each inhale and exhale. Then we'll meet back in a neutral spine, and we're going to extend the hands out and shift the hips back. So maybe your hips stay high and you're working more on length through the spine here in a puppy pose. Maybe you can drop your hips right down to your heels in a deeper version of child's pose. Finding your breath here, in and out through the nose. And then we'll rise up, moving the hands out to the right hand side of the mat, and then exhale, shift the hips back again, finding a side body opener for the left hand side of the body. And then we'll rise up again, switching the hands over to the left hand side, shifting back. Opening through the right hand side of the body, letting the neck go. And then lift up, widen your hands to the edge of the mat. Engage your core, tuck your toes, and we're going to lift up to down dog. First down dog, so pedal those feet out, getting the hamstrings to open and move a little bit here. And then twist your hands into the mat, pushing out towards the edges of the mat, lifting your sit bones up and relaxing your heels down just to feel the stillness and expansiveness of your down dog. Reconnect with your breath here, and then bend the knees, engage the core, look to the top of the mat, and walk forward. Lifting up on an inhale, pressing the hands actively into the shins to find more length through the spine, and then exhale, drop into a forward fold. Letting the neck go here, finding the breath. And then we'll inhale, rise all the way to standing. Palms above the head, exhale, sweeping the arms around behind you, finding Yoga Mudra hands. Interlacing the hands or finding some sort of hold. Maybe you bring a strap in, lifting and opening through the chest, and then exhale, forward fold, tugging those arms up and over for a really nice full back body opener. Then releasing the hands, rising halfway, planting the palms and stepping back into plank pose. Knees off the mat or knees down. Wherever you are, staying long from crown to tailbone, and then lowering down with control, keeping the elbows close to the body, grounding the feet, lifting the knees, engaging the low back to lift up to cobra with a nice straight neck. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come through puppy or child's pose. And then meet back in down dog. This time in down dog, inhale your right leg high, bend the right knee, arch the spine, kick the right foot forward into warrior one feet. Back foot is at a 45-degree angle, and before you even rise up, shift the pelvis so it's facing the end of the mat. Inhale, rising to warrior one, finding a little back bend here, coming back to a neutral spine, opening to warrior two. Lining your feet up on the same balance beam, looking out over your right fingertips, and then doing a little strengthening work by finding reverse warrior, but keeping that right knee bent. Inhaling the right arm up and over, gaze to the ceiling, and then rise up, straightening through your front leg, tipping the hips to the left, stretching out to the right, and dropping into a triangle pose. Gaze up towards the top hand, and then we'll rise back up and incorporate a little twist here. So we're going to twist to look out over the right leg, engage your core, and hover the torso out over that front leg. So I'm sure we're all feeling the stretch in different places, but we're also doing some good strengthening. Bring the hands to the mat, bend the front knee, adjust the feet to runner's lunge, plant the palms, stepping back to plank, and flowing through. Lowering on an exhale, rising to cobra on an inhale. Exhale, come down. Inhale, coming through child's pose. And then exhale, meeting back in down dog. Widening your hands to the edge of the mat. Tucking the toes, lifting the hips. Feeling the integrity of your down dog for a couple inhales and exhales. Then grounding the right toes, inhaling the left leg high. Bending the left knee, kicking the left foot forward, finding warrior one feet. Finding warrior one hips. Inhale, rising to standing. Finding the back bend, coming back to a neutral spine. Opening to warrior two. Checking in with your balance. Keeping that left knee over the left ankle instead of farther back or farther forward. Then working on a little strengthening for the front leg by tucking the right hand or sliding it down the right leg. Inhaling left arm up and over. Reverse warrior. Rising up, straightening the front leg, hips to the right, stretching out to the left, and tipping into a triangle pose. Breathing here, gaze up to the right fingertips, rising to standing, finding a twist, hovering out over your front leg. Breathing here for a couple moments, gaze can be straight down, and then framing the front foot with the hands, finding your runner's lunge, planting the palms, plank pose, flowing through. Meeting back in down dog. Lifting the hips high, pushing the mat away. Finding 3 rounds of inhales and exhales here before bending the knees, engaging the core, walking or hopping to the top of the mat. Lifting halfway on an inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, pushing the palms into the shins, and then exhale, drop in, full forward fold, letting the head go, gently shaking the head from side to side, hugging the torso in towards the legs, and then inhale, rise all the way to standing, exhale, palms to heart center. Now to transition back to the floor, we're going to come into Malasana squat pose. This can be a really challenging posture for a lot of people, so you can use a tower of blocks to come down, like so, giving some extra support for the hips. You can use a little stool. You also could, if you come down and your heels are off the mat, which is fine, you can tuck a blanket under. So wherever you are, grounding down here, bring the elbows inside the knees. I like to do a little extra stretching work here by pulsing my palms down and pushing my hips out. And you can do that very safely on the blocks or a little stool or on the blanket as well. And then we'll make our way onto our seats, extending right leg long, tucking the left foot, Jani Shavasana. Inhale, straight up, exhale, twist, forward fold. Maybe bring a strap in here to make a connection between the hands and the foot. But we're stretching out the low back on the left hand side. Staying connected with our breath and just melting in here. And then we'll inhale, rise up, untwist your torso, and then bring the right elbow to the top of the right leg. Inhaling the left arm up and over and bringing your gaze up to the ceiling, not collapsing in through that top shoulder. My favorite opener for the low back here. This is a really good one for those of us that spend a lot of time at our desks. And then we'll rise up, switch sides, tucking the right foot, extending the left leg, inhaling through center, twist, and exhale, forward fold. Gently hugging the elbows down towards the midline here to get more opening through the back body. Finding the breath in and out through the nose, melting into your stretch. And then we'll rise up, untwist the torso, find the side body stretch, grounding left elbow to the top of the left leg, inhaling the right arm up and over, and breathing here. And then we'll rise back through center, and we're gonna do a couple shin box, back bends. So shin box, we've got like two sides of a box with our shins. So my right shin is parallel to the end of my mat, and my left shin is along the side. I'm going to sweep my right arm behind, lift my hips up with my core strength and the strength of the hips here, sweeping the left arm up and over. Exhale, come down, switching sides, bringing left shin forward, right shin parallel. Sweeping the left arm up and over, lifting and engaging through the core, and finding a little back bend here. And then landing that back bend, extending the feet long on my mat, lifting on an inhale, and exhale, forward fold. Another great place to bring a strap in here, but just let the hands land where they will, shins, ankles, feet, maybe beside your feet. Find that length through the spine and melt into your stretch. Connecting with those audible breaths in and out through the nose. And then walking the hands back towards the hips and making your way down onto your back. Grounding the feet by the sit bones. Inhaling the right leg high. Flexing the toes towards the face. Crossing right ankle over left knee, gently pushing the right knee away, inhaling left foot up, finding the back of the left leg, and exhaling back to figure four stretch. Cat-cow, down dog, figure four, a gentle twist, all things that are really great to do every day to stretch and open your back body, your spine, your hips. So if you really only have a couple of minutes, do those. And then we'll release the back of the left leg, inhaling right leg high. So even this is a nice stretch for the back of the right leg. And switching sides, taking the time to flex the left toes towards the face, heel towards the ceiling, feeling that stretch for the back of the leg, before crossing the left ankle over right knee, pushing left knee away, actively lifting that right leg up, finding the back of the right thigh, and exhaling back down to the mat. Breathing here. Gently tucking your chin, making sure your shoulder blades in the back of the head are grounded to the floor, bringing in a prop if they're not, a pillow or a blanket. And then release the hold on the second side, inhaling left leg high, grounding left foot to the mat. And then to close out our little yoga break, find some blocks, and we're gonna end in Souptabatakanasana, reclined butterfly pose. Bring the soles of the feet together, resting the outside edge back to the mat, tucking the blocks under the thighs or the knees. extending the arms out to the side, just like Shavasana arms here. So finding a really nice front body open posture here, finding your breath. This pose creates a lot of space for the breath in the front body. Focusing in on the breath and just letting all your muscles go and completely relax. Taking a moment to tune in with how your body's feeling, how your mind is feeling. Taking a few more minutes to further ground yourself here. Or if it's time for you to get back to your day, take a big cleansing inhale and exhale, sigh it out. And then we'll rise up. And I will say thank you for joining me for this little yoga break. If you liked it, please check out yoganextdoor.wordpress.com and join me for some other yoga. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste.